Welcome to the first ever episode of the Team Cayote Power Lab. My name is Patrick Beck and I will be presenting you products and deep dives about all the Cayote products from now on. Today, in the very first episode, we start with Team Cayote's 2-Force X5 charger, which is a very powerful device which every RC racer can use, no matter if you're racing 1/8 scale, 1/10 scale, 1/12 scale, whatever class it is. The 2-Force X5 charger will have all the features you need to be competitive trackside. And we want to check this charger out today in this little video clip. I will talk a little bit about the functions, the performance, and my personal experiences with this amazing charger, which I'm also using since almost 1 year. And I must admit, I really love it. So, whenever you want to charge your RC batteries, your LiPo packs, it is very important to have a good and reliable charger on the table. Many chargers are existing around the world from multiple brands. The good thing about the 2-Force X5 from Team Cayote is that it's a multi-device which includes all the most important functions you need. First of all, it is connectable to AC and DC power, so you can just plug it into the power at home or at a racetrack, but you can also use it together with an external power supply if you already have one. But you don't need a power supply, to be honest, because inside of the 2-Force X5 charger there is a very powerful power supply installed, which allows you to use the charger with all the functions and maximum power just without the power supply, and this is pretty amazing. We will now switch it on and then go through all the functions we have, and I will just talk to you about most of the highlights about the charger, which I'm also using. So we will not talk about every specific number, it would be a little bit too much, but yeah, let's dive a little bit deeper into this 2-Force X5 charger from Team Cayote. So first of all, let's talk about some of the basics. The charger has a very compact size, which you can see here if you compare it to a 2S LiPo battery. So the charger is not that big. The weight is relatively high. It's 1.5 kilograms, so 1,500 grams. But this is because of the internal power supply, which is very strong and very heavy, let's say. Overall, yeah, the charger is not heavier than if you are carrying a separate charger and a power supply with you in your bag. So here's all-in-one, the perfect solution. You can see here at the front you have a very big display, which we will switch on in the next step. And you have these 4 buttons where you can control all the settings of the charger. Then you also find these connections for the charging cables. It's a XT90, so very massive and huge connectors for the best possible flow of energy. And here you have the balancer ports, which you then can also use with your charging cables. On one of the sides, you can just see the cooling fans of the power supply and nothing else. On the rear, you can see the DC input. Then you have a USB-C output where you can, for example, charge your mobile phone. And here is the AC input when you want to connect the charger to the local power supply of your city. And then on the left side we have a XT60 output with 12 volts where you can connect your tire warmers, which is really amazing, and we will see this later how it works. So this is just what you get when you unpack the charger. By the way, the charger comes in a very nice package, which I just don't have here anymore because I'm using this charger since the very early prototype stages. So I never had one of these beautiful boxes, but the product is packed really nice, and it's a pure joy to unbox it and to use it then for the first time. Okay, so now let's connect one of the charging cables. This is also one which I have here from Team Cayote, and a very beautiful Team Cayote colors with the connectors in front and the balancer, so just everything ready to go. And now I will just power the device up, and then you can see how it looks when you turn it on. So you can see the Cayote logo on the start display, and then you have it's kind of the landing page, which is easy to read, as there are no unnecessary files on the screen. You can see here now that we have these 4 buttons. This one is for going backwards. This is for entering the settings, and here you have just the plus and minus, or the up and down button if you want to adjust some values. First of all, we go into the menu. Just press the button here for a second, and then you are in the menu. There you have the general system settings, security settings, tools, calibration modes, system self-checking, so many different things, and also system information button, where you then maybe can see the software version, the hardware version, and all these things. So this is what we have here. Easy to navigate through the menu. In the system settings, for example, you can adjust the language. You have German, English, and Chinese, which is pretty good. And then you have these parameters to set up in the system settings. I never changed anything. You can adjust the max input power, the minimum input voltage. This is the interesting thing in the menu, which you need to switch on when you want to connect tire warmers to your device. So this DC 12 volt output is now switched off, and if you want to connect your tire warmers, then you just need to switch it on, and then this extra channel is powered with 12 volts and 100 watts, which is around 8.3 amps, and this will then be powering your tire warmers. I do it all the time, and it works flawless. So we just switch this off again because we don't need it now. Then you can adjust the screen time before the screen switches off automatically, the intensity of the backlight, the volume of the beep tones, the finishing tone, how it sounds, channel parameter follows, and all these things. Factory reset, which you can do when you have any kind of trouble. So this is the menu which you have to adjust all these system settings. Then we have security settings. You have a safety timer, a capacity limit. Then you have some tools. You can also use the charger for PWM measurements, for servo testing, RPM reading, and stuff like that. So you can do many things with the charger. I have just used it to charge my Cayote batteries until now, but in general there are a lot of things you can do. But now let's focus on charging. If you go back, this was the wrong button. So now we are back here on our landing page. If we want to charge a battery now, it's super easy. You just connect the battery to the charging wire, as always. Put a balancer in, and in real life, please always use a LiPo safety bag. Never charge without a LiPo safety bag, because if a LiPo will catch fire, this bag will reduce the flame and keep everybody as safe as possible. So always put your LiPo batteries in a charging bag, as safety is always first. So now you can see, as I have connected the battery to the device on channel A, you can see that it's now at 7.6 volts, and it's already showing you the voltage of both cells. So at the moment it looks pretty fine. It's 3.81 and 3.81. If you want to charge the battery now, you just need to press the OK button here, and then you can select the task you want to have. So this is now set to charge. It's a LiPo battery, which you can also change. If you want to change a different battery, you have the different options here, LiPo high voltage, LiPo lithium ion, Li-Fe, NIM, so all the different battery types. Then you have a cutoff voltage, which I have set to 4.20. You can go even higher, up to 4.25 volt per cell. So you can adjust the cutoff voltage as you want to have it. Then you can adjust the number of cells. So this is a standard 2S battery, and you can adjust the charge current, which is impressive because I want to just charge it with 10 amps, which is pretty fair enough for 110 scale racing. But yeah, you can, as you can see, you can go all the way up to 40 amps when the charger is connected to the regular power of our country here. So it's really amazing. I don't know if you need this or if somebody will ever use it, because it's also maybe not the most safest way to charge a battery at such a high amp power, but you can do it. Now we set it to 10 amps, and then you just push the button, and the device will now charge the battery, and you can see on the display the charging progress. Now it's already at 48%, and now you see here that it's 10 amps. And now it will take a moment, so you can see the voltage here underneath the charging bar. And if you then press the up and down buttons, you can change the values, which you will see here. So the internal resistance is just about to get detected now from the battery, because the charging process is just for 35 seconds. So it needs a couple of minutes before the charger will show you the internal resistance of the battery. It's pretty good that the balancer of the charger is using a balancing power of 2 amps per cell, which is pretty good, which will make sure that the charger will balance the batteries in the best possible way. And this will also help to lower the internal resistance of the battery during charging. Now you can see that the internal resistance is detected. This is at the moment 1.7 and 2.5 milliohms, which is, it's pretty okay. It's not super balanced at the moment. The battery was not in use for a couple of weeks, but I think during the process now, the charger will balance the IR values to a very good value. What else do we have? You can see the capacity, which is now getting charged into the battery. The voltage. You can see all the parameters, temperature. So the charger is showing you everything you need to know. So also no unnecessary things, in my opinion. And this is what I think is a really great charger, the 2-Force X5 from Team Cayote. You can add a second battery here, just install one more charging cable, and then you can charge another battery. And I will show you how this looks like when you have two of them connected. Okay, meanwhile we have connected another charging LED and another battery, and now it's just time to fire up here channel B. So we want to charge both batteries in the same moment. I have made exactly the same adjustings here now, 4.2 volt, 10 amps, 2S battery, just start the task. And then this one will also start charging. And meanwhile you can also see that the charger has kind of balanced the battery on the left side already a little bit better. So the internal resistance is almost the same left and right. At the end of the charging process it will be more or less perfectly. So now we have this setup here going strong. Two batteries getting charged at 10 amps here with the Team Cayote 2-Force X5 charger. And this is pretty cool, I would say. In the next step we will show you how to connect tire warmers to the charger. As I mentioned before, you need a cable with an XT60 connector, which gets here into the plug on the left side. And now it's time to power it up. Important is that you don't charge a battery in this moment, because if you charge a battery you cannot go into the menu. Normally you always switch on or connect the tire warmers at the beginning of the day. So just hold the menu button pressed, go into the system settings directly, and then you can see here that you have to go to DC 12 volt output. and just switch it on, and then you can see that the tire warmers are immediately switched on. Now they are just waiting for the warming cups to get connected, and then you can heat your tires. I always do this. It works flawlessly. I can heat them up to 80 or 90 degrees without any problems. So the power which is coming here from the charger is more than enough, and then you can just start to charge a battery in the same moment. And this is a very great combination which you have here with the 2-Force X5 from Team Cayote. Let's talk quickly about battery discharging. So normally all the chargers which you can connect to AC power, which have an internal power supply, they don't offer super high currents to discharge batteries. That's pretty normal, and all the chargers who have a very strong discharge amp rate of 20 amps or more, they are always connected to an external power supply. So most of the devices in this segment, they offer you to discharge a battery with 3 amps, or maybe if you're lucky with 5 amps. Also the Cayote charger is not going crazy, but if you now say that you want to discharge a battery, then you will see that you can adjust this easily here. Discharge, LiPo battery, then you can adjust the cutoff voltage. So let's say we want to discharge it to 3.7, which is good for storing the battery for a little longer. Then you can select the highest possible target of 8 amps. So this is just pretty cool, because it's quite a lot more than most of the chargers in the same product segment are offering you. So you can see that it's now going up to 8 amps, and then you can discharge the battery without needing to wait for the entire day, because if a discharger is super slow, then you always get bored, and it really is a big mess. So this one is using up to 8 amps and is discharging the battery now. So it's maybe not a discharger which you should use if you want to discharge the battery to gain more performance before a run, because then you anyway need to discharge with 20 amps or more. But you can discharge the battery properly at the end of a practice day when you didn't manage to do the last run, or when it's raining, or whatever is happening. You can discharge the battery within, I don't know, 40-45 minutes, which is pretty acceptable. And this is also another great feature of Team Cayote's 2-Force X5 charger. I hope that you enjoyed this very first episode of our Team Cayote Power Lab. The charger is amazing. If you are interested, and if you are looking for a new charger or for an upgrade on your table, just check out this amazing and beautiful device. Just check out your local dealers or your distributors which you're knowing around the world if you are interested in this 2-Force X5 from Team Cayote. I really love it to the moon and back. I will just continue to use it. And if you have any questions about the charger, just put them into the comments here below the video clip. And thanks for watching this first episode. More to come in the future. We will talk about everything Team Cayote is producing, from batteries to brushless motors and speed controllers and all the accessories. So just stay tuned. Make sure that you follow this YouTube channel, and then you will not miss any of the content in the future. That's it for the moment. I will just rock my head now and go out and have some fun with my RC stuff on track. See you soon again, and thanks for watching.